of you have finished writing and even published a book? Put your hands up. Wow, that's a lot. That's fantastic. And how many of you haven't started on your book journey, but you know that you, your brand, your business would really benefit from having a book out there? Okay, that's probably the biggest. So when you start off on your book, you start off with the open road in front of you. You don't always know where you're going, but it looks inviting, it looks inciting, and you're really keen to get it out there. The beginning of the journey really takes you out of your comfort zone. It's uncomfortable, it's difficult, it's a bit scary. If you push through that barrier, you cross your bridges, your horizons start to open up. You actually change your perspective. The act of writing is a fantastically positive one for you personally. And writing your book brings your content into great clarity for you. Writing a book had an amazing effect on my career as a work-life balance expert. And it became, it obviously meant I could put my prices up. Being a researcher and being a high-level consultant was a whole different world in terms of value and pricing and authority as well. And all because I had put the information I had in my head onto paper and it was published out there. When you're a first-time author, you can get really stuck in the process. And, it becomes quite overwhelming and you need guidance. The writing process is not one single amorphous blob of work that you have to do. It's actually several discrete tasks that must be done individually. If you mix them up, it's really hard to do, and that's where a lot of people do get stuck. So what we do is we go through the writer process. So first you write your first draft, then you go back and revise and improve it. You don't revise, improve, edit, whatever, while you're writing your first draft. That's a kind of outpouring that you have to get through first. And then you go back and you do some work on it. After that, a really important part of it is to test your manuscript, your draft, with beta readers, people in your industry, people who are colleagues, specially selected people in a very structured way. You ask them to read it and give you feedback. And at that point only are you then ready to do a self-edit on your book. If you do it early, if you try and edit as you write, you'll be in a real mess. You'll never get finished. It's very hard to do. It's using different parts of your brain. Once you've written your book, you can actually repurpose that material for all sorts of other markets, for all sorts of other formats. So you have a fantastic archive, a resource, when you've written your book. It's a really, really useful thing to have done, just in terms of having that material that you own, and you can repurpose it. So what are you going to go do now? All of you? What are you going to do? Absolutely. You are going to write your book. Thank you.